3 years ago, I did a series with UnoX, a Norwegian-based team with only Norwegian and Danish riders. At the time, competing in one-day World Tour Classics and riding a Grand Tour, let alone the Tour de France, was nothing more than a pipe dream. Back in my series, I actually went on to sign some riders they have gone on to sign in real life, such as Magnus Kort and Norwegian legend Alex Kristoff. We had some great moments along the way. It really was my favourite series, and it all finished with us finishing on the podium at the Tour de France, but a whopping 9 minutes behind the winner, Tadej Pogacar. And that wasn't even the 2024 version of Pogacar. Anyway, well, to me, it sounds like we have some unfinished business. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we reboot the UnoX career mode on the channel officially. Here we go. So this squad looks slightly different to the squad we inherited 3 years ago when I did this series. Now we have an incredible team. I mean, Tobias Harlan Johannesson actually started on the development team back when I started the previous series. Now he's a supreme climber, great classics rider as well. Of course, Kristoff has made the move. I signed him in that series and he's made the move in real life, a Norwegian legend of cycling. And our other third big rider is Jonas Abrahamsson with that 80 stamina, 81 attack as well, and he deserves that after a brilliant performance at the Tour this year. Søren Werenskjold, an absolute powerhouse on the flat with that great sprint stat, and of course Magnus Kort has made the signing, which I made in the previous series as well. Anyway, we're not going to cover the squad in full right now because I've got a little surprise up my sleeve. As you can see, we've suddenly travelled almost 8 months into the future. It is the 31st of July, and this is where we're going to start this career mode. I have simulated the first almost 3/4 of the season. The Giro is done, the Tour de France is done, all the classics are done, and this is where we start our career mode. But of course, we've missed out on almost an entire season of cycling, so let's see exactly how it's gone. Tadej Pogacar won his third Tour de France, beating out Remco Evenepoel and Jonas Vingegaard. Pogacar has actually won every single race he has started this season and gathered an unreal 32 victories already. It was a UAE double as well because Joao Almeida won the Giro by over 10 minutes. Yes, even more than Pogacar won by in real life. And Bauke Mollema finishing on the podium. Promise I didn't edit that. I promise. Tim Merlier won Ciclaminos and miraculously got over the Poggio in the front group to win his first monument at Milano San Remo. Wout is finally a de Ronde winner, and Stefan Kung actually won Paris-Roubaix solo ahead of Philipsen, with Van der Poel having to settle for third place in both of those races. And obviously Pogacar won Liège. In terms of UnoX, it's been a great season, it has to be said. We've won 20 races, which is already 5 more than our sponsors asked for at the beginning of the year. 4 of those have come through Magnus Kort, including a great win for the team at the Tour of Norway, and now 37-year-old Alex Kristoff has 3 stage wins at .pro races. He's still going strong. I think the best rider so far this season though has to be Tobias Harlan Johannesson, who won 3 times before the end of February and finished in 4th place at the Volta Catalunya. And we're still searching for the team's first Grand Tour victory, but Tobias came close, really close. All of that makes Tobias the 23rd best cyclist in the world so far this season. A really great year for him. No surprise to see Poggy leading that ranking. And we are in the top 15 in the team rankings too, ahead of no less than 6 World Tour teams. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that little recap. So, these are our true starting attributes. I think Tobias has developed a little bit. He now has that 79 medium mountain, 77 mountain, great hill too. We're in a much better position than when I started that series. If we sort by attributes, Abrahamsson, our best flat rider, and we are stacked with great riders in that area. No surprises to see that. Tobias is by far our best climber, by far our best hill rider. We could do with a few more great time trialists, but Søren Werenskjold is our best. We have Rasmus Tiller, our best cobbler, with some other riders who are capable there. And our 2 sprinters really are Kristoff, Werenskjold, but we do have Gudmestad. Fredheim is coming through, very young rider at 21. Kort, of course, can sprint. Blikra too. So we have plenty of options in that sprinting department as well. We are really strong already in the sprints and especially the flats, and we are slowly developing developing in the mountains and our time trial in terms of squad depth. Before we continue, I want to talk about our overall goals for this career. So, obviously in the last one, we came close to winning the Tour de France, but ultimately failed to do so. Right here, in this career, our goal is to win the Tour de France with UnoX. Actually, we're going to win all 3 Grand Tours, and our other goal is to win all 5 monuments. And that might sound quite ambitious, but as I've tried to illustrate, we're in a much stronger position to start this career than we were a couple years ago. On top of that, we're going to stick to the UnoX way and only sign Norwegian and Danish riders. So hopefully this will still be a little bit of a challenge. Next up, I want to have a look at who is on my personal shortlist, because obviously sticking to Norwegians, sticking to Danes as well, who could we potentially go on to sign in this save? Now, of course, there are 2 absolute superstars from Denmark currently in the world of cycling. Firstly, Jonas Vingegaard, 2-time Tour de France winner, but Visma have him tied down until 2027. So he'll be in his 30s before he even comes available to us. Mads Pedersen, though, of course, former world champion, still looking for his first monument victory, but his contract does expire at the end of next season. So if we're being super ambitious, maybe we could target Mads in 2025. It's not just Vingegaard from Visma Lab though. They have a range of the best Norwegian riders in the world. Firstly, Per Strand Hagenes, really rate this guy. Supreme classics rider in the making, only 21 years old, but again, they've managed to tie him down until 2026. Stornemite, same for him until 2026, so we're going to have to bide our time here, guys. Moving to the development team from Visma though, you can find Jürgen Nordhagen, one of the best GC riders, young GC riders in the world. He's only 19 and his contract expires this season. 75 mountain already. He's not the best time trialer just yet, but he's very well rounded already, and I would love to have this man in our team. You can see he has absolutely bags of potential. Could he be the key to us winning the Tour de France or even a Grand Tour with UnoX? Another rider I've spotted who is available on the market is former Ronde van Vlaanderen winner Casper Askren. His contract expires with Soudal Quickstep. I would definitely love to get him in our team, even though he's already 29. I think he'd be just a brilliant all-round rider for us. And finally, of course, we have our own development team with UnoX. Plenty of great riders here. Simon Dalby is one of the better climbers on this team, just 21, already a very good, well-rounded climber. And Henrik Pedersen as well. I'm pretty sure he is the European under-23 champion in real life. So he's just 19. Again, would love to bring him up to our senior squad. We also have Nordhagen's brother in our dev team, and I think it's fair to say he's not quite as talented, but maybe he's the key to getting Jürgen on our team. And with all that in mind, I have been working on the dossiers in the background, and so Casper Askren, we've really been working on him, and he is now interested in joining the team. That is brilliant. What a rider still, even though he's maybe not quite the rider he was a couple of years ago. And Jürgen Nordhagen is here as well, looking to make the jump potentially from Visma Lab. So would be very excited by that signing if we can get those 2 across the line. I've added a whole host of rider renewals as well as Rasmus Søjberg Pedersen. Now this guy, very well-rounded sprinter, I would say, from Decathlon AG2R. He's 22 already, so not quite sure how much he's going to develop, but he won the Danish road race in real life, I think actually beating Casper Askren. So got my eye on him and definitely looking to bring him in. Anyway, here's a quick look at the other riders we have available to us this season with their contracts expiring going into 2025. Guys, I want you to leave in the comments, what do you think about the transfer plan? Who do you want me to bring in? Fire the names away in the comments below. We're going to build a great team here, and I want you guys to be a part of it. Anyway, we still have a season to race, and our first race of the career mode, I think it's pretty apt, will be the Arctic Race of Norway. 4 stages in our homelands. Let's do our best to absolutely dominate that race and get this series off to a great start. After that, we do have San Sebastian, followed by the Tour of Denmark, another big race for the team. The Deutschland Tour as well, that's a pretty important one. We have the Tour of Britain, then we have the Euros and the Worlds, and we'll finish our season off at Il Lombardia. So we'll only have a couple of episodes really before we move on into season 2. So really hoping we can get this series off to a fast start. I also want to touch on the team index page because of course we're not a World Tour team at the moment, and I think that suits us at Conti Pro level. I think in this series it would be great for us obviously to move into World Tour, but I'm not that keen to do it next season. I'd love to stay as a Conti Pro team and then move into World Tour maybe for 2026. I just think it would be a lot for this squad to ride every World Tour race going. Obviously we want to get some great riders in, but maybe let's just hold off on World Tour for now. Anyway, no more messing around because it's time for the first race of the UnoX rebooted career mode. Cannot wait, and it is the Arctic race of Norway. Stephen Williams won it last year, and we have a very hilly parkour with stage 3, probably the queen stage of the race. Some absurd percentages right there. Not going to try and pronounce the name of that climb, but hills throughout and a big queen stage on stage 3 is on the agenda. Team leader Alex Kristoff is going to lead us at our first race, looking for a stage win on one of the flatter days. Magnus Kort could be our GC guy, but Leknesund is here as well, and a really strong team in general with Houlegaard, Tiller and Fredheim supplying support. Stevie Williams looking to defend his crown, but Matthew Riccitello, Derek G as well for Israel Premier Tech. Absurd team for them. Also, Simon Yates is here for Jaco Alula as well. They're the big riders to watch. And actually, Magnus Kort is the favourite here, ahead of Stevie Williams. Let's go and win our first race, guys. Here we go. We are underway with the UnoX career mode officially, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Can't even tell you. Anyway, Rasmus Tiller on that -2. He's going to control things today. We're not going to go in the breakaway. And Kristoff on a +1. I reckon we can get him over these hills and in there for the sprint. Guys, I can't believe it. We're about 10k into the race. Not even that. And Magnus Kort has withdrawn. He is out. He's crashed. And he's withdrawn from the Arctic race of Norway. What a disastrous start for us. One of our best riders getting injured already. Honestly, what a disaster. This stage has finally settled down a bit. I was going to say that actually in real life, Kristoff won this stage. He won the second stage as well. And Magnus Kort went on to win the GC at the Arctic race of Norway. Not going to happen though for us because already Magnus Kort is out of the race. Guys, I'm gutted. But you know what? We're UnoX and we're not going to give up without a fight. Let's go and win this stage for Magnus. Less than 40k to go, coming to crunch time. Guys, it's time to get the glasses on. Things are getting serious. I would have paced this climb, but Simon Clark is on the front. No surprise, Israel with all their great climbers. Stevie Williams and the like, I bet they want to drop Alex Kristoff. But on this +1 day, there's no chance that's happening. Yeah, Israel continue to pace. Now it's George Bennett on the front, 77 medium mountain, and Kristoff is going to have to fight here. Let's try and turn the tables because we've come to this massively steep section. Houlegaard and Leknesund are on the front. Kristoff is in a great position. Let's try and put the power down. And Kristoff is going to crest the climb in the lead. What a ride. We have had a little attack off the front. It is George Bennett, surprisingly, after all that pacing, but I'm pretty sure we can control this with our guys. 87 riders still in this group. A few more attacks here. Simon Yates is going off the front into this descent. Stevie Williams on his wheel. Loic Vliegen as well is further up the road. Let's make sure these guys don't get any type of gap. Alright, there's 6k to go here and we're not in control of this race. Yates is up the road. So is Loic Vliegen. Leknesund is going to stay in this group and Marcus Houlegaard needs to reel them in slowly. Okay, the Yates group is caught, but we still have Loic Vliegen up the road and he's on a flyer. He is 25 seconds up the road. We need to go right now. Castrillo on the attack. Fredheim in the wheel. Kristoff is waiting. It would be a disaster if we throw this win away with Alex Kristoff. Fredheim leads him out and Kristoff is going to go for a long one here with 1.5k to go, but Loic Vliegen has done us here. Kristoff goes for the line, but Loic Vliegen is going to steal victory on the first stage of the Arctic race of Norway. It's a disaster for us. Second place for Kristoff and not the way we wanted to start off this career. Oh my word. I don't think that first race could have gone any worse. Loic Vliegen steals the stage from us when it was all Kristoff's to win. We lose time to Yates and Williams with Leknesund in the GC, and we lose one of our best riders to injury, Magnus Kort Nielsen, who won this race in real life. That is the definition of a disaster. And it's a broken rib for Magnus Kort, which doesn't sound too bad, but it does mean he is now going to miss his home race at the Tour of Denmark as well, which is a sponsor objective. I can't believe it. I really can't. So replacing Magnus Kort there is going to be away Jonas Abrahamsen, who actually has had his own injury. He's going to be back in time for that, and he is going to replace Magnus Cort, hopefully with a couple of wins as well. Anyway, we are out for revenge today, finishing in Fauske. I'm going to go for this stage. Should be simple enough for Christoph Williams. You're not fast enough to beat him. We're going to win today. You heard it here first. Let me tell you, when we're competing for the Tour de France one day, we will remember when we lost to Loic Vliegen at the Arctic Race of Norway. And honestly, that crash of Magnus Cort is even worse because you only get 6 riders at the Arctic Race of Norway. So now down to 5. It's a big difference when you start with 7 as you normally would and down to 6, because I'm not sure who I should even use to control today's stage. A couple of hills coming up here. We do have an attack by Alexei Vuillermoz. I'm going to just try and control them and make it very difficult on these climbs. At the same time, Houlegaard and Fredheim on great days, they're going to work. Christoph can easily survive at this rhythm. Honestly, these roads in Norway are just so chaotic. It's hard to even keep tabs on what's going on. Simon Yates to the front, of course, we'll keep an eye on him. Kiffin and Vuillermoz about to be reeled in, I think. We actually have some gravel here with a couple more attacks. Again, I don't really want to attack. I want to be the aggressive team, but we have Christoph here, and he is by far the best sprinter at this race. It just doesn't make sense for us to go on an aggressive move. But look at the state of these roads. Okay, let's try and just up the rhythm with our guys, Houlegaard and Fredheim. You're going to absolutely hammer this section here and see if we can do some damage. Oh, it's glorious. UnoX hammering it on the gravel. Let's see if anything happens here. Not sure if this is truly a gravelled road, but Barade, he punctures at an inopportune moment for him. Alright, final climb is here, and we need to be very careful because we're not going to let any attacks go off the front like we let happen yesterday. Alright, 3k to go. Couple of guys trying to get away, but Rasmus Tiller, I hope, has enough energy to supply Christoph into the perfect position. And we've gone clear of a couple of riders, and Christoph is just going to go for the line here. I think he should have enough to outpower Fiorelli to the line. Christoph, Zana, Tiller, and Alex Christoph is just going to beat Filippo Fiorelli to win our first race as the UnoX manager in charge. Things you absolutely love to see. Christoph second on the first stage, and he wins today. Moving into the lead of the race, it's going to be very difficult for him to hold on. Fredheim in second, again, not sure he's got the climbing prowess. We have Tiller up there, Houlegaard 57 seconds back, and Leknesund 1 minute and 12 back after losing a little more time today, finishing in the group of Yates, but Stevie Williams gained a little time on us, so it's all to play for on stage 3. That is because we have the GC day with the hardest climb of the race, and I'm not quite sure how to play this because Simon Yates, Derek G and Stevie Williams are going to be very difficult to beat. And this is what you love to see, couple of jerseys in the team with Fredheim and Christoph, and plus days all over the shop. So maybe Christoph can hold on, dare I say it, with these plus stats, or Leknesund or Houlegaard have to go for a massive one. Okay, this is the most weird move I've ever seen because Israel Premier Tech have just attacked with Matthew Riccitello, one of their best climbers, not one of their best flat riders. He's attacked with 2 minutes to bridge to the breakaway by himself. What is he doing out there? I have no idea. So Leknesund has crashed, George Bennett has crashed, Derek G has crashed, and Loic Vliegen has crashed. Third place in the GC and winner of the first stage is out of the Arctic Race of Norway. And that's important because Vliegen was our closest competitor in the GC, which means Stevie Williams has to make up 30 seconds to Christoph today if he wants to overhaul him in the GC. Let's talk tactics then. With just over 10k to go, still a 7-rider breakaway survive about a minute ahead, and Leknesund, he is not going to be our leader today. Instead, it is going to be Marcus Houlegaard. He is going to be the leader of the attackers. He is closer in the GC, has more energy at this point in the stage, but maybe our best chance is with Christoph. Him and Fredheim are going to pace themselves up at their own rhythm and try to cling on to their lead. So here we go. Houlegaard's job is to follow any attack he sees. Leknesund can protect him, and Fredheim and Christoph need to make their way up this climb at their own rhythm, trying to survive. Let's see what happens here. Okay, look at this. 5k to go. We've crested the hardest section and no attacks so far. All right, this is just perfect for us. Not sure what the AI are doing. They need to attack with their better climbers if they want any chance of beating Christoph. Alright, 3k to go. Still no attacks by the AI. This is perfect for us, and we have switched now to solely focus on Alex Christoph. Leknesund doing the dirty work for him on the front. We have 2 lead out men. Can he survive and win on this hill? That would be crazy, but we still have Houlegaard, and here we go. Now they're piling the pressure on. Alright, Fredheim doing his best. 1k to go, and Marcus Houlegaard is in a great position to challenge for today's stage. We grab the wheel of Simon Yates, who kicks to the line, but here comes Houligaard. Can he come around the Brits into the finish? We're going to give it everything to beat 4 Jayco Alula riders, but we are going to get pipped on the line. It's Jesus David Penner, and we are second in a top 5 of Jayco Alula riders. That really was not how I expected that stage to go. I really anticipated the AI attacking on the lower sections of that climb, and the entire Jayco Alula team, bar one rider, 5 riders in the top 6. We almost beat all of them. Would have been an epic finish there. But the important thing is we hold on to first place with Christoph with 1 stage to go. And I believe we should be able to hold on to that jersey today. It's a short hill to the line. Beating Williams and Yates will be difficult, but let's go for the overall victory. Okay, the tactic today is to control things on the front with Rasmus Tiller as we enter this beautiful maybe fjord section in Norway. Christoph is going to try and hold on to the leader's jersey. He has Fredheim and Houligaard to help him with that. And Leknesson, he's free to go for the stage on this +1 day. Okay, 9k to go. I thought things were under control, but we've now had attacks and Derek G is among them. Pierre Latour as well. So we have to be very careful of these. Peloton are helping us bring them in though. All right, 5k to go. It's time to move up in this group as still Latour and another rider are out front. Fredheim trying to control this. Derek G as well. And we're now moving up. Okay, Fredheim, just grab the wheel maybe, or just stay up here, my man, if you can. Houligaard is going to manage Christoph, and we have Leknesson as well with Tiller, who can now sit up for the day. Let's maybe try and grab the wheel of Simon Yates. 1.5k to go. Christoph in a great position on the wheel of Marcus Houligaard, and there goes Yates, and it's the attack we were waiting for. Leknesson goes as well, and we're all going to go. Leknesson trying to come round Simon Yates. Has he gone too early? I think we have on this occasion, unfortunately. Yates comes back past us, flies past us, and I think he's just going to beat Castrillo in border to win the stage. Nope. It's very close. Simon Yates takes it. Leknesson in the top 5. And Christoph wins the Arctic Race of Norway. So we win 1 stage out of 4 in our home race. Not the best result. And I went way too early there with Leknesson. And to be fair, Yates probably just the better rider. Anyway, we come away with the overall victory. Alex Christoph, our legendary team captain, he survives the hills to win the race. Absolutely love to see it, especially after such a disastrous start where we lost the stage and lost Magnus Cort Nielsen all on the same day. Christoph comes away with the points jersey. Very nice indeed. We didn't compete for KOM and we just missed out on the white jersey to Pablo Castrillo, to be fair. A very good young rider. So we had 2 wins in total with the stage and GEC, taking us to 22 on the year, and we're now top 5 of any team in any division in the world. Love to see it. Anyway, that's all for the opening episode of the series. Guys, hit subscribe if you're new around here. Hit like if you enjoyed as well. I'm buzzing for the rest of this series. We've got a couple more exciting races coming up this season. And of course, we've got transfers to do. So smash your suggestions into the comment section down below. Anyway, that's all from me today. I'll see you guys in the next one.